So now we're all mad about Jordan 10s? The toe? The stock? When did we all want Jordan 10s all of a sudden? Especially the people who never even had them before. What's up everyone? It's your boy Blue. Welcome back to the channel. This is Kickin' Trips. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I got another fun one for you guys today. These are the Nike Air Jordan 10 OG in the steel colorway. 12 years since its last release and back in its true 1994 OG shape. But when Mike retired from basketball in 94 when these released, Nike had one big question. Who's gonna wear these? Let's talk about it. The year is 1994, and though MJ might be retired, that doesn't mean that the Jordan train stops rolling. It is full steam ahead. So Nike, as always, hands the keys over to Tinker Hatfield. And Tinker's inspiration for the next model, it's a little different. He's designing for a legend's farewell, or so they thought. A career's tribute? It ain't over. To celebrate his retirement. Almost like a retirement album, but Tinker being Tinker, always innovating, still gave us a design that had a few first evers on a Jordan. Like its stripped down minimalistic design, pulling back on the branding logos and aggressive lines, and letting MJ's legacy speak for itself in premium materials. Introducing the first ever speed lacing system on a Jordan, and the first Jordan to ever feature that sock-like inner booty sleeve. And of course, the standout part of this design, the 10-stripe outsole that has his milestones up to this point. But wait, that all sounds good, but who's gonna wear them? Now, as always, I'm gonna jump into all the details, sprinkle in a little bit of that story along the way. But before all that, click that subscribe and notification bell. It really does go a long way as far as helping the growth of the channel. So as always, appreciate that. So back to the story. A few months after Nike released the steel colorway, they dropped a city pack. 5 colorways tied to NBA cities and stars from those cities, like Mitch Richmond from the Sacramento Kings, Kendall Gill from the Seattle Sonics, the Orlando Magic, Knicks, and of course there was a Chicago Bulls PE. But when Mike retired, for now, the 10's not getting a lot of shine on court, but another icon stepped in. Off court. Martin Lawrence on his smash hit show Martin, one of the most relatable shows of the 90s for those of us raised in working class neighborhoods. And we didn't just tune in Thursday nights on Fox for the laughs and the love between Martin, Gina, and his friends. We saw ourselves in that show. And Martin was known for his sneaker game. And as I mentioned back when I did my Jordan 5 Fresh Prince video, and I'll drop the link around here somewhere, Will was also a big sneakerhead. But what I found out later, reading up a little bit more, was that Will and Martin, they would have secret, separate, offset meetings with Nike trying to get the latest Jordans in their hands first for their shows. But these? Jordan 10 Steel made their TV debut on Martin as he laced them up on an episode where he and Gina were arguing about their joint bank account and how much he just spent on shoes. I mean, I think we've all been there. And just keep in mind, this was a time when there was no internet, no YouTube, so we just jetted home. Yeah, I said jetted. But we just wanted to get home, watch Martin, see what's on his feet, but also so we could just laugh and relate for 5 seasons. But getting back to these, in November of 94, they throw Mike this huge retirement ceremony. All the stars are out. Ahmad Bradshaw even jumps on stage, holding the steel 10s, trying to tempt Mike like,
I'll hold them for you.
And that night, they even debuted the iconic statue that sits outside the arena. But a couple of months later, that same season, in March of 1995, I'm back. Mike shocks the world. If there was internet, he would have broke it. He unretires, throws on the 4-5 on his back, and of course, one of the games late in that season of his comeback, he's at the Garden and drops the famous double nickel against the Knicks at the Garden. I hate that I have to even talk about that. I hate that I have to talk about it because it's my Knicks, but God. But what's really crazy is that Mike didn't actually like the 10s and he hated that toe. So good thing that Tinker was already working on the 11 and he showed them early to Mike, but they told Mike, listen, no one can see this. Don't wear these. Don't even wear them to practice. So of course, what does Mike do? He wears them for the first playoff game that year. But anyway, that's a long story, so I'll get into that another day. But this shoe represents a lot of history, and I'm not just talking about that sole. This shoe represents that bridge moment between Mike's first and second chapters of his career, and I cannot wait to jump into the details with you. Starting with the box, it's a collage of Mike's first 9 seasons with the Bulls and Nike on and off the court, with the 9 Jordan models spreading across, all laying on a hardwood backdrop. A tribute to his legacy and just an awesome box. Moving over to the toe, and let's just get this out the way. The OG 1994 toe is back, with the toe box coming in a tumbled white leather and the outer toe cap coming in smooth leather. And look, I get it, but we can't want an OG and then be mad that they gave us an OG. Sliding up the lace panel, premium tumbled black leather breaks up the white upper and wraps up the ankle collar. And Tinker introduced the first Jordan with a speed lacing system with silver nylon lace loops, and also the first time that we saw round laces on a Jordan, all for a quick, easy, snug fit for performance. The tongue is mostly black breathable mesh, but up top, more of that black premium tumbled leather with Air Jordan 23 embossed, which is the first of only 2 minimal branding touches that Tinker added. Sliding inside, another first that the shoe introduced was the checkered pattern inner booty sock liner, wrapping around your foot like a sock, giving a snug one-piece fit, with the insoles coming in a dark powder blue with Nike Air branding in black. Moving down the side panel, keeping it simple and premium, we have more of that soft tumbled leather on the upper panel, with smooth buttery leather on the lowers that's just understated luxury. Wrapping around the rear, more of that super soft tumbled white leather that leads into that second minimal branding that I had mentioned before, as we get that large black embroidered Jumpman logo that just wraps up the heel. All this laying on a white Phylon midsole, but this was the first ever Jordan to feature a full-length airsole unit, which ran the entire midsole from heel to toe. And all this sits on the best part of the Jordan 10, its outsole, featuring 10 stripes, each representing a key accomplishment in Jordan's career up to that point, highlighting his legacy. It's the only bold touch in this understated design, perfectly placed by Tinker. This shoe really was refined innovation. So what do you get when Nike and Jordan brand open up the vault 12 years later since its last release on a classic that ties back to its OG roots of 31 years ago? Bringing us one of the most underrated Jordans of all time that was a bridge that crossed over to pop culture and held it down with great materials for the toe? And our biggest complaint is the OG toe? Come on, man, let's appreciate this gem's legacy as the shoe that brought us the return of the GOAT. All right, guys, that is it for me. As always, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. If you like where we're going with the content on the channel, it really does go a long way as far as helping the growth of the channel. So as always, appreciate that. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys end up going for these? Were these a pass? And stock was super low on these, so I got pretty lucky to hit on the sneakers drop. And like I've mentioned before, I was in my Bulls hating era as a Knicks fan back then, so I actually never owned any 10s, but I actually was a fan, and I'm a fan of those shadows that are coming out next year, so I can't wait to check those out. And I know that there's a hot topic debate on this toe right now, but maybe it's just me. I love when they give us OG specs to a sneaker on a re-release, so that just leads me back to what I always say. It doesn't matter what I like. It doesn't matter what someone else thinks. It matters what you like. So if you're looking to add another Jordan 10 into your collection, get them. Maybe you're like me and this is actually gonna be your first ever Jordan 10 and you actually like the toe cap. Man, buy them. But more important than anything, guys, you already know, wear them. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.